Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I decided to wait for a day to do my match recap, my full match recap of Liverpool 2, Tottenham 2 at Anfield. I've done my live reactions video, it's up on my channel On The Fence, so if you want to go and check that out. A lot of swearing, a lot of frustration after what happened. I feel a bit calm now, a bit more calm, a bit more relaxed, and I think I can take a lot of heart, and I think a lot of Liverpool fans can take a lot of heart from how we played yesterday. I think in the first half we were dominant, shades of Manchester City, when we pressed them to death, and Tottenham didn't know what to do with themselves. And the only downside of that first half was that we probably should have won in 2-0, 3-0 maybe, and maybe looking at a different game. But I've seen Liverpool be 3-0 up before and lose the lead, so you can never be too sure of what's going to happen in the second half when you're a particular way. But it was visible that we did sit off them a little bit in the second half. We didn't press as much, and I don't think it was a tiredness thing. I think it was more of a tactical thing. I think we were just gonna, pick them off on the break, which we did a couple of times, and that's another downside is that we didn't finish off one of our counter attacks. We had a couple, and I think if you're looking at that game, it would have been a lot different if we'd have just finished one of them counter attacks. I remember a couple. There was a couple of times when we were 2-on-4. We just break and you'd have Mo Salah and Firmino the furthest men forward, or it'd be Salah and Mane. And there's one in particular when Oxlade-Chamberlain should have played Salah through, and the ball was just too heavy for him. So, there's a few chances at least there to hit them on the counter-attack and make it 2-0 and put them to bed in the second half. But we just didn't take them chances, and that's unfortunate. Because if you don't take your chances, then they're going to score, and they did. And what a goal it was by Victor Wanyama. Comes on for Dembele, 70 minutes in, something like that, or maybe even 75. And he just rifles a ball in. I see a lot of on Sky Sports I was watching, and there was a lot of criticism from Jamie Redknapp in particular of Karius. And look, I don't think Karius put a foot wrong in that game. I think there was one punch up in the air where Harry Kane clattered him a little bit, and he was asking for the foul, and that's the only time I think Karius put a foot wrong in the game. I think that's the way he should have carried on and just try and caught the ball or punched it away, whereas he was relying on the referee to give him a decision. Other than that, I think Karius was absolutely superb. Even when Spurs were having chances that were offside, Karius was saving them. Because no one knew the whistle had gone at the start or the flag was up, and he was making saves. And there was one in particular where it wasn't offside. It was Son bearing down on goal, and Karius makes a really, really strong save, and that's what we need from him. We need our goalkeepers to make saves, and I think I can understand now why Klopp decided to pick Karius as number one, because we're not going to get anything else from Mignolet that we've already seen before, that we haven't seen before even. So to put Karius in the side, you're going to see a different goalkeeper than we've been used to. And I think if we can go off anything from this game, it's that Karius is a safe pair of hands on a whole. I get he can make mistakes, but this is where we'll see the real Karius. He'll have now till the end of the season, from February to May, in the Premier League. You'll have a run of games, whether that's like 15 or 16 or 17, something like that, because you've got Champions League as well. This is where we're going to see the real Karius, and if Karius is good enough to be a goalkeeper at Liverpool Football Club. And like I said, if you can go off yesterday's result, and yesterday's performance even, I think he could. It's up to him now to make that shit his own, because there's a lot of talk of a 40, 50 million pound goalkeeper coming in the summer, a world-class goalkeeper, which is what we want. Even if Karius shows off to be a decent keeper from now to the end of the season, I think we're still going to sign somebody, because Mignolet wants out, which is fair enough, and Danny Ward doesn't seem to get a chance, which I think he deserves one. So, yeah, I think Karius needs to be absolutely excellent and immaculate from now to the end of the season if we want to, if he wants to be the number one goalkeeper, because I think Klopp's realised that he can't trust either his goalkeepers, and even Karius can let him down at times. So, so Karius needs to be immaculate, and I think in this game against Tottenham he was close to it. Only you look at a game where the results probably made him look worse than he was, because like I said, I think he was great in the game. I think he was, man for man, I think we were excellent. It was just the second half that let us down, and it was a wonder goal that unlocked us, because other than that wonder goal, I don't think we would have been breached. Harry Kane needed 2 penalties to get his 100th goal, because he only had 17 touches in the match, I think. So, it shows how good defensively we were against Tottenham. But all the talk is going to be about John Marsh. I've already seen on Twitter people, there's videos going around of whether Lovren made contact with Lamela, whether Lovren, whether Harry Kane was offside, and whether the touch from Lovren dictates whether Kane was offside or not, and Harry Kane, whether he dived or not. And in my opinion, I think it was offside for the first penalty, and I think Harry Kane does make the most of it. He does dive. I think Harry's come out in an interview afterwards and said his shoulder does make contact with Harry Kane's foot, but I think you can well and clearly see Harry Kane's already going down. He's already diving for that penalty before his foot touches him. And I think if Harry Kane isn't already going down to pretend there's contact, his foot wouldn't even touch his shoulder. So it's just unfortunate that that's the way the decisions are made nowadays. It's not just Liverpool. It's not just me feeling hard done by that Liverpool have conceded a goal, conceded a penalty from that, because other teams do it. And other teams lose points from that, and teams in the past have been relegated because of decisions like that, and it's just pathetic. It really is. And you can see a lot of that on my live reaction of the game, like I said, on the fence, if you want to go and check that out on this channel even. But yeah, the second decision as well. It's a tough one, isn't it? I remember a decision like that against Martin Skrtel, I think about 4 or 5 years ago, Brendan Rodgers' first competitive game. And we got battered by West Brom 3-0 at the Hawthorns, and Skrtel doesn't see Shane coming on his blind side, goes to kick the ball, and Shane Long just gets ahead of him, and it's a penalty. If Van Dijk doesn't make contact with Lamela, which is what a lot of people are saying, then it's not a penalty, is it? But it's hard to see from that position, and this is going to be where the debate sparks of should we have VAR now in the Premier League. In my opinion, the way in which it took a long time to make that decision, whether it was a pen or not, they were stood there for about a minute or two talking it over. I think if you have VAR in that situation, it probably doesn't take that long. So, I know Paul from the Redmen TV, I remember watching his video about VAR on Mage TV. Go check that out. It's an amazing channel. And Redmen TV if you haven't. If you haven't, then what are you doing? But, Paul Machin, he's talking about how it's taken so long to make a decision in the VAR, which I absolutely agree. It kills the game, it kills the atmosphere of a game. But if you look at yesterday's game against Tottenham, VAR probably would have took less time than that. So I think it's when you make a decision like that, it's always going to be tough. And that's what the game's going to be swung on now. The game is going to be a bit ruined by the fact that a decision has cost Liverpool 2 points, and now Tottenham are still within. We are still within touching distance of Tottenham, which is disappointing as well. But like I said, a lot of Liverpool fans, we can take heart from the fact that we were competitive. We didn't get beat by a fantastic Tottenham side, the best I've seen at Anfield, and we're still in control. Look, we're still in control of the top 4 race. We're third now. Chelsea play later today. Hopefully they can get beat by Watford. Hopefully they can do us a favour. The new manager bounce. Hopefully that can happen. And then, we're just third, and we're hunting down second place. That's what I want more than anything. Because we've got Manchester United at the start of next month, so we've got a full month from now till we face Manchester United. We'll have, I think, 3 Premier League games against lesser sides. I think it's Southampton, West Ham, and Newcastle. And we'll also have both legs of the last 16 of the Champions League as well. So by the time we play Manchester United next month, we will know whether we're in the last the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and hopefully we'll have gained 9 points from 9 in the Premier League as well. So, thanks for watching, guys. I know it's been a long time since I've recorded. I think Swansea was the last time I recorded a video. I was having a few editing problems, but I'm back now, back better than ever. I don't look better than ever, I've just woke up at 1 o'clock. Got a day off from work, so I look a bit dishevelled. So yeah, please like the video if you agree. Like the video if you think John Moss needs to be sacked, because I think he should. Like if you think the linesman gave a fist pump from Tottenham's first penalty, which is a bit bizarre. Hopefully the FA look into that. And like the video if you want to see more of this. I want to start doing Football Manager. I need to work out how I'm going to edit the videos and stuff like that. That's all I need to work out now. And I will be bringing a Liverpool series out, a Football Manager series, only short, just for a few months. Going to bring a Liverpool save out, and anything else you guys want, just let me know in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you later. Thanks.